Yo, what's up, my people? This is your boy Kaka Janito USA, and welcome to this awesome and beautiful channel. Guys, today as we talk about the vaccines that are administered at the US Embassy and the prices. Even before we dig deep to that, I want to thank you all for subscribing to this awesome and beautiful channel, for supporting me, and for being my subscribers, my supporters, and also for sharing this awesome channel and sharing the videos and watching the videos, and also always asking about some topics, and suggesting on what to be brought on this channel. Like for instance, there's one gentleman who asked me to bring this topic of vaccines that are administered at the embassy, and to explain more about the vaccines, and that's why I brought this video. So thank you so much, guys, for being interactive and being supportive. Just the other day I was celebrating 1 year since I started this channel, so it has been an amazing journey, and I thank you all for being amazing people, amazing awesome people. So thank you so much. God bless you. Let's enjoy as we dig deep into the vaccines that are administered at the US Embassy and the prices. Welcome. So guys, today we are going to talk about the vaccines and the costs of the vaccines, and we're going to talk about these vaccines that are administered at the embassy, or the vaccines that you're supposed to be having before you travel to America. So guys, I'm going to talk to you about the vaccines today, and I'm going to talk to you about the prices. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna give the prices of these vaccines. So what you're going to do is that you're supposed to take these prices to estimate the cost of the medicals, or the cost of the vaccines. So depending on the time you go, it can be higher or it can be lower, but this is just an average cost that I've taken, that I'm going to give you, so that you guys can be able at least to plan yourself out. So the first vaccine we're going to talk about, the vaccine that we call the MMR. The MMR vaccine is the vaccine that is against the measles, the mumps, and also the rubella. So this vaccine is going on a price of USD 23. So this is $23. This for the MMR. Then the next vaccine we are going to talk about is the vaccine Tdap. Tdap is the vaccines against tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. So this vaccine goes for a price of $32. So this is the price of per person. So if you're many, you can multiply by the number of individuals going to take this vaccine. All right, and again, remember, this is just average cost of the vaccine that I've given you, so that you can be able to plan yourself out. So the next vaccine that we are going to talk about is the vaccine that we call varicella. Now this again, it's another vaccine that you're supposed to be taking at the embassy, and this vaccine goes on a cost of $54 per person, or per head. So if you are a family of many people, just multiply by that number. So the next vaccine that we are going to talk about is the hepatitis A. Hepatitis A goes for a cost of $48. It's a bit expensive, $48 per person. So again, do the maths. And again, now the next vaccine is the hepatitis B. Hepatitis B goes for a price of $24. All right, so those are the vaccines that you're going to take. And again, there is another vaccine that I'm going to tell you. The next vaccine will be influenza. And influenza is basically as it sounds, or as it terms, the term influenza is just a vaccine against the flu, and influenza goes for a cost of $28. And again, now the next vaccine is the polio vaccine. The polio vaccine, mostly this is for the small babies, or the kids, maybe if they have not yet been given this polio vaccine. The polio vaccine, it goes for a price of $23. So this is the IPV polio. Mostly it's for the kids, because for the grown-ups, you already received polio like when we were small kids. And even remember back when I was in school, I received polio like very many times. I remember those doctors and nurses used to come to their schools and give us, inject us this polio. They used to give us on the shoulders here. So if you can remember, you also have all received the polio. So those are some of the vaccines that you are going to take at the embassy. And if you have already taken these vaccines, it is for your advantage, because when you go there, as long as you have the booklet showing that you guys, or that shows that you have already undergone or have already received these vaccines or the vaccinations, then you are safe to go, as long as you have the records. So I say, if you have these records, it's good for you. Keep them, they'll help you a lot. So let's talk about the next vaccine. The next vaccine is the meningococcal, which has an abbreviation of ACWY. This is the vaccine for meningitis. So this one, I think, is the most expensive amongst all the others, because it goes for a price of $73 so per person. So that is the price of the meningococcal, or the meningitis. For the meningitis, that's the vaccine for the meningitis. So there's one thing I want to give you as a disclaimer, giving you the prices. This is to help you be able to range yourself and your family on the expenditure. And again, I want to tell you that it depends on the time you go to the embassy, because at times you go to the embassy, they have like 3 vaccines available, so they only administer to you 3 vaccines. But somebody else will go when they have like all of them, like 7 or like 5 of them, then they'll be given 5 shots of these vaccines. Then somebody else will go when they only have 2 or like 3. Then when they go there, they'll be given only 2. So somebody might tell you, you know what, when I went, this and this what I was given. I was not given all these other vaccines. So it depends at the time you go to medical. And also remember, they are giving this vaccination to many people, so sometimes they have already administered all these vaccines, and the only remaining with 2 doses of maybe meningococcal and varicella, and this is the only maybe vaccine you're going to receive. So it all, you have to know that it is not like, or mostly the case, that you're gonna receive all these vaccines at a go, because some of these vaccines, personally, I never received them, like influenza, meningococcal, and hepatitis A. I was personally, and varicella, when I was traveling, I never got those vaccines. So one thing you need to know is that it depends with what they have, the availability of the vaccines that are there at the moment. So that's what they're gonna give you. So the best thing you need to do is just know that these are the vaccines that you're going to be administered there. So plan yourself out. If you can be able to go to a hospital and get this vaccine as early as you can, it's better for you, as long as you have the medical records. And mostly, probably, I usually say, if you have to go to a hospital, kindly consider going to a national hospital, whereby you also have a booklet that shows the record of the vaccination date and time and everything, because it's very important. Because some vaccines like hepatitis B, they have a first shot and second shot also, so you have to, MMR also, the MMR also has first shot, second shot, and you can have even 3 or 4 shots of MMR. So it all depends with how also your body, reacts to this, dosage. So just know, if you can be able to get this vaccination as early you can, it's better. But if you have to wait for the moment and that time to get them at the embassy, also it's well and good. I just wanted to give you an information, a brief description of this vaccination that happens, and I've given you how it happens, how it occurs, and how you'll find that somebody received only 3 of them, somebody else received 5, somebody else received 4, somebody else received 6. So it all depends with the availability of the vaccines that they have. So maybe something else that I want to touch about, I want to give maybe a little touch, is the issue concerning the TB. And I'll say that, you know, if you have TB, for instance, if they go, because I told you guys that TB is one of the major causes that makes people not to go to America or not to come to America, because during the medical, if the first and the foremost, the biggest thing they are looking at, the screening at, is the TB. And if they found TB positive, now that's a very, 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 very alarming and a shocking news for you, because one thing, they will not allow you to proceed to the interview. So first they have to do what we call a skin test. So they're gonna have, if you maybe they take a picture and maybe everything shows that like you're positive or you have like scars and stuff, then they'll have to do a skin test so that they know, try to know if you have the TB or you're clean. Now this one will prevent you from going to the interview. And also something else, it's not guaranteed that by the time they finish, you know, finish doing all this examination, that you're gonna go to the interview, because sometimes it may take long, and if it takes long, then your interview will have passed, and then that will be it. So one thing is that pray that your you know, your x-ray comes you know, negative, so that you don't have all these issues. And because if you have all these issues, then again you have to wait for until next time you apply for the next time, you know, because now by the time they are giving you the results, everything will have proceeded. So this is one thing I wanted to touch and give you a base about, because TB is a very, very important aspect in terms of pursuing the DV lottery. And then something else that I want to touch about is the STD and the STIs. Or for the STDs and the STIs, the STDs are the sexually transmitted diseases, and the STIs are the sexually transmitted infections. Now this also may be the for instance, for people who are below 28 years, they usually get tested on this, and if they find you have these ones, they cannot prevent you from, you know, coming over to America, but they'll have to let you, you know, be administered to some medicines and tablets, so that if it's injection, you get injection for those diseases or for those infections, because also they don't want you to spread the infections and stuff. So don't be so worried about the STDs and the STIs, but I'm not saying that I'm giving a ticket for people to have the STD and the STIs, all right? I was just touching on those bases, and that you guys can know the most important things and what can hinder you from coming to America, or what can hinder you from pursuing your DV, more so going to the interview. So guys, that is all about the medicals. And the other thing they do is the physical examination, where they measure your blood pressure, they look at your eyes if you can see far, just the basic things. So nothing to worry about. And they ask if you have allergies or if you don't have. Like for me, I told them I had an allergy against poverty. So yeah, I still do have that allergy anyway. So guys, thank you so much for watching this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and God bless you. Keep it Kaka Jonito. More and more is coming, and I'm bringing a lot of stuff that is on the way. So keep it Kaka Jonito USA. Until next time, I say adios. Bye. Thank you guys.